In today's news, suspect in JAIMEZ STOUTT murder apprehended in USVI. Ralph T. O'Neill complex won't be ready until 2027, says RYMER. And community gathers for Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month event. These and more stories when To It For News returns.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon? I could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to be for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and a pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Hello and welcome to this edition of To It For News. It is Friday, May 2nd, 2025, and I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our stories from the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Wanted fugitive Eric Rasbat, 24, has been recaptured in the U.S. Virgin Islands. He is wanted in connection with the December 2021 murder of JAIMEZ STOUTT in the BVI. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Kendrick Davis confirmed the recapture of Rasbat on ZBVI radio.
We can confirm that he has been arrested by federal authorities in the USVI. As you know, he is wanted for the 2021 murder, that's December 2021 murder of Jimmy Stout on Tortola. And shortly afterward, when he was being sought by the police, he fled the territory, we believe at the time, to the USVI. We completed the investigation and were in a position to arrest him, just that he was not available to the jurisdiction. So what we did as an added measure was to invoke the help of Interpol by having what is called a red notice issued, which is an international arrest warrant, which we share with other jurisdictions. And we are pleased to learn 2 days ago that he was arrested, and we are currently making preparations to have him returned to the territory, where he will immediately be charged for murder. Of course, there are some procedural things that need to occur, but we anticipate that it should not take unduly long. So, in short order, that's as much as I'm prepared to say. But I do not expect that it will take very long for this to happen.
Stout, 31, was shot and killed inside Crystal's nightclub in Free Bottom on December 11, 2021. He was transported to the Dr. D. O'Neill Smith Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. The incident occurred in the early hours of the morning and was followed by a police investigation that identified Rasbat as the main suspect. An arrest warrant has been underway, and authorities had launched a manhunt that executed the search across the USVI and BVI. Meanwhile, a 2027 completion date for the Ralph T. O'Neill Administrative Complex. The building was damaged by Hurricane Irma 7 years ago, And members of the public have been raising concerns about the length of time it is taking to repair the building and reports of rats and mold in the basement of the building. Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai RYMER, was speaking on the Government of the Virgin Islands Voice program on Wednesday evening when he addressed the matter. He said he is unaware of any rats at the facility, but he says efforts are being taken to remedy a mold situation.
In 2019, we had the initial engagement for the roof membrane. We did the skylight replacement, but due to the different departments emerging back in 2020, we led to some delays with the demolition works. And back in 2023, we then had some emergence of some new ministries, hence we had to work on changing the design for the number of departments that would be taking up space in the complex. So hence we had a delay there. I know you mentioned the basement. You said there were rats in the basement. I haven't been there, so I cannot confirm that. But what I can assure you is that we have signed a contract for mold remediation for the basement and the complex, and those works should begin in middle May for those works.
Minister RYMER stated that the exterior of the building is about 98% completed.
And that component is just waiting for the elevator to be final for the outside work. So for the mold remediation, it will be basement cleaning, records, restoration, and those works will soon commence. So at present, we have tendered long lead items for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing items, and that has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance. And this would be to purchase the chillers, the generators, fire pumps, electrical mains, and so forth. Like I mentioned, the design for the interior for the complex, we are about maybe 60% complete with those works. And that would include lights, tiles, ceiling panels, the interior color, and all that stuff is, we just finalized on some of that, and the design would include that. So we expect those designs to be finished in June. And in terms of, I'm not sure, I can't remember what the other aspect of the question was, but we're expecting that this work would be done in 2026, 2027.
And viewers, with that, we'll take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentlemen Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. The Department of Trade will begin an outreach program later this month aimed at educating districts about matters the department will be undertaking in the coming weeks. Trade Minister Lorna Smith, who was speaking on the government's Virgin Islands Voice program Wednesday evening, said many issues like consumer protection and reducing the bureaucracy in the department will be discussed.
So beginning on the 1st of May, we will have each district, in fact, on the 21st of May, we will begin, and we'll be talking about matters such as the National Business Bureau, how it works. We're going to talk about the grants program, and I'll come back to that later, how we are going to reduce bureaucracy in trade. We're going to talk about the Consumer Protection Unit and how that will work, and many other matters. In terms of other developments still in the ministry and related to trade and business, I believe somebody was talking about the ease of doing business and the importance of making it easy and simple for people to do business in the British Virgin Islands. So I have my senior staff in my ministry have had meetings with various sectors of the business to talk about the issues that they have encountered. And when I say sectors, we've talked to retailers, we've talked to the tourism industry, both the hoteliers as well as persons in the boating sector. We've spoken to restaurants and so on. And so we've completed that, and I should be receiving that report tomorrow. And then, Premier, you and I should be meeting with the departments of Immigration and Customs, which are yours, and the Trade Department to discuss how we could reduce the bureaucracy that now exists.
In other news, students from the H. Lavity STOUTT Community College took center stage on Thursday, May 1st, 2025, as they showcased their talents and skills at the school's annual Student Showcase held at the college's main building in Paraquita Bay. The event featured a wide variety of amazing and interactive projects from various academic disciplines. The public was invited to attend with free admission, and they were treated to an impressive array of student projects across subject areas such as business and computer sciences. The event was an opportunity for students to demonstrate their creativity, innovation, and practical knowledge gained through their studies at the college. TWIT4 Media was on the ground to capture the event.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Jasmati Amraj. I'm the Dean of Art Sciences and General Studies here at HLSCC. And today we're very happy and excited to welcome high school students and the general public to our annual Stingray Showcase. This is the time when our students are getting ready to graduate, and they've done their final projects and their capstone projects. So we're able to highlight and showcase what it is we offer here at HLSCC. Our science students would have done research in different areas of interest in science, and so they're presenting on poster boards about the process that they went through and their results and analysis. Our math students would do the same. We have our marine students on the inside showing a demo with their electrical systems. We're going to have demonstrations later from our automotive students with checks on engines for cars. We have a demo later as well with the surveying students. On the second floor, we have the teacher education students sharing some of the teaching aids that they've created and their portfolios in their courses. Humanities also on display. The social sciences students have projects that they're presenting, dramatizations, and then we have the computer studies students who are doing rebranding and systems analysis for various companies. So they've presented problems and the students are tasked with finding solutions and they've done that. And we have small business students as well who are presenting on their products. I think people need to make their way down to the college and see what it is our students have to offer and show them where the territory can move forward.
Hello, good day. My name is Charlie Dick and I'm a general science student here at HLSCC. So as you can see on our board about forensic chemistry done by me and my peers, we have forensic chemistry being the unidentified, when you identify unidentified substance using various tools and techniques in science. So in this era where we have a spike in crimes, forensic scientists, they work alongside with the police to help solve crimes and investigations. So I'll be passing the mic on to my peer.
Okay, so what we have highlighted on the board here are just some of the most common tests that are used to help with these blood analysis and blood identifications. So we have leucocrystal violet, and that's one test that is used to kind of give a better detection of like footprints, bloody handprints. We have the Kastle-Meyer test, which is just is used to identify whether there's human blood available. And we have Lumina, which just makes like hidden blood more visible to the naked eye when it glows in the dark.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jefferson Frank, and I'm studying general science at HLSCC in hopes to be a marine biologist. And that is one of the main focus of my presentation today. I'll be talking about the impact of overfishing on the reproductive health of reef sharks and parrotfish in coral reefs. As we know, coral reefs is an important ecosystem in our territory, and without them, our waters wouldn't be clear, and it helps to attract our tourists, the tourists. Overfishing decreases the population of, as I said, parrotfish and reef sharks. One thing parrotfish are helpful with are that they are grazers and help to clean off the green muck off of coral reefs, as you can see in my diagram below. This is a beach right here with no parrotfish in population. As you can see, it's green and murky. The corals are dead and not thriving. And then here's a ecosystem with parrotfish where it's clean and healthy. So overfishing affects this as it decreases the population. There are less parrotfish to help clean the reefs, and without healthy reefs, our waters become dirty and murky, which helps to lower our tourism and is not very good for our territory. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Elian Jones. I am a general science major at HLSCC, and this is my presentation on the combined effect of caffeine and blue light on cognitive and mental state. So in doing this presentation, I picked it because it was a subject of interest, as blue light is something that affects us every day, and caffeine, as college students, we would be consuming it often. I did this to kind of see the effects, whether it has the disadvantages that people think they have, or if they're advantages to use. In this study, or in this presentation, or in my research, I used two studies, study 1 and study 2. This one is testing reaction time. In this, they used something called a go-no task, where it was used to test the reaction time. And the samples, or the adults in this study, all of the ones that used blue light and caffeine showed a higher reaction time than those who didn't. So because of that, you can deduce that blue light and caffeine, when used together, does increase reaction time. Now, in this study, it was testing emotional state. They used something called a SCAS Swedish score effect scale, which is basically a questionnaire which is used to scale or gauge someone's emotions. In this, they had them ingest caffeine, blue light, or maybe a placebo, which would be like white light or a sugar pill. And when they did that, they answered the different stuff on the scale. And from it, you can tell that blue light and caffeine, the combined effects, it had a higher valence emotion, which would be emotions like happiness, gladness, being pleased. And for this one, they had the highest arousal, which is like being awake, active. So blue light and caffeine, it keeps you awake, keeps you happy. It also makes you more optimistic, engaged, and can kind of help to steal your nerves or help you to calm down. So in conclusion, blue light and caffeine, when used together, they're really good in increasing reaction time, your mood, and when used together, when caffeine is used by itself, it's effective in increasing reaction time, and increasing focus and engagement. And blue light, when used by itself, is effective in increasing wakefulness and positive mood. All right, that's my presentation.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick break, but stay with us. We will be right back.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget that.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. In a heartfelt show of solidarity, Mrs. British Virgin Islands Globe 2024 and Women in Need Ambassador Rhonda Victor Pinnock rallied the community to close out Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month with an awareness event on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025 at the Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park. The rally also featured a candlelight vigil in memory of 11-year-old Adriana Young, the young girl from Guyana whose tragic death sparked outrage across her home country and the region.
As we raise our candles and wave the color blue, let us shine the light on those voices that have not yet been heard, those who are suffering still, and those who are overcoming. Congratulations. Continue on your journey to recovery. Let us be the life and light our children need. Let us rally to be the beacon of hope and change. We vote this evening to shed our lights in the darkest corners where this atrocity of child abuse is taking place, often hidden from view. We will not allow the silence or shadows to protect those who harm our children.
For those of my members in my team and our ambassadors, everyone always hear me say it's action time. And I want you tonight to join with us and say it is what? Action time. We have to take action. You're going to hear some things that you can do tonight. So when you see something, you find somebody to say something and you be a part of the action. So as we have the ribbons, we shine the lights, and we light candles. I think we do have candles. It is to ignite change. It is for us to commit from tonight that we will be a part of the change we wish to see. Ladies and gentlemen, this situation that happened in Guyana, it's not just Guyana. It's not just our Caribbean nations. I can stand here tonight and tell you these things are happening right here in the BVI. And I really want to encourage each one of you, adults and young adults, children. You heard Ms. Pinnock talk about finding a teacher, finding someone that you can speak to. If you look around the audience, you will see WIN members. We're all here. If you don't have a confidant or someone that you can say something to, feel free to approach any one of them and they will guide you to get help.
Let me take this opportunity to express my sympathies to the families, the citizens, the people of Guyana who's going through a very difficult time right now in response to the tragedy that befell Adriana Young, an 11-year-old girl tragically who lost her life recently in very mysterious circumstances. As Zoe said, I'm a parent myself. I have a soon-to-be 17-year-old girl who will always be my little princess. And I cannot imagine what her family, her community must be going through right now with this tragedy. And certainly we see a nation that is angry and a nation in anguish. And situations such as this have the potential to even tear communities apart. So our thoughts and our prayers are with the people of Guyana, those in Guyana and those in the Guyanese diaspora throughout the world, but for all Caribbean people, because in fact we are one Caribbean people, and when one Caribbean nation goes through this heartfelt tragedy, all of us go through it.
To every child who feels unseen, unheard, or afraid,
you are not alone.
There are moments when your silence screams louder than words, when your tears fall in secret, and your heart carries a weight no one should ever bear. Abuse, whether through words, hands, neglect, or fear, is never your fault. It does not define who you are or who you will become.
You have the right to be safe, to be loved, to play, to dream, and to grow without fear. Your voice matters. Even if it shakes, even if no one has listened yet, know this, you are not alone.
This message is for the child hiding behind a smile, for the one who has learned to walk on eggshells, and for the one who doesn't yet have the words to explain the pain. You are brave for surviving. You are stronger than you know. If someone has hurt you or made you feel small, remember this: help exists, hope exists, and healing is possible. Speak if you can, whisper if you must, and if you cannot speak at all, we will speak for you. We will stand beside you. To all children, you are worthy. You are important, and you are deeply loved. This is your voice, your story, your strength. The world is better with you in it.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Wilson, and today I want to talk about something that affects more people than we might think. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, a time to raise our voices for children who aren't always able to speak up for themselves. Every child deserves to feel supported, cared for, and safe. Sadly, that isn't always the case. That's why we're here today, because Adriana Young was not safe on April 24th. Adriana was just 11 years old, a student from Guyana, who was reported missing and later found dead in a hotel pool. Her story was devastating to an entire nation. The official autopsy claims she died from drowning, but many people, including those closest to her, aren't convinced, since they said that there were early signs that pointed to possible assault. Massive protests broke out across Guyana. People demanded answers, and they demanded justice. Adriana's father is asking protesters to stop, saying he didn't want more pain or violence. But the public's outrage hasn't ceased, because they know that protecting children should never be negotiable. Adriana's story is a painful reminder that we must never stay silent when we see something wrong. Child abuse doesn't always look the same. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes emotional, sometimes neglect. But it's always serious. If you or someone you know is being hurt, don't wait. Tell someone you trust, a teacher, counselor, or family member. Speaking up can save a life. Every child matters, and no one should ever feel alone. Justice is needed for Adriana and her family.
And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, on our WhatsApp channel, and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jacko Whitting, and I'm hoping you have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.